Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Wednesday, the 19th of July. But first, a quick recap on Tuesday's performance. Well, the first one ran very well at 8 to 1. It looked like winning again. It looked like another one. Well, it was another one of those that looked like a good chance of winning and didn't quite catch. Didn't quite catch the winner in the end. I was trying to remember its name, but it doesn't really matter now, does it? But I think ours was called. Was it 50 Cent? The second and third runners disappointing, but I don't know if you noticed, but the second horse actually ran very well. It came sixth, but it was paying first five, and I think I took 20 something to 1, and I think it touched 50s at one point. I might be wrong, but it doesn't make any difference because it came sixth, and then it paid out on the first five. But that would have made the bet a very nice bet considering what the last selection did, and that was I think it was 22 to 1. First grade, that one, another one that closed, and at one point it looked like I thought it was potentially. I thought Ugo Gregory was potentially going to like fade late on, but it didn't. It kept going, and it was a creditable second. But I think it returned about £6.20 on the day with a total stake of £7.50. So if you can do me a favour, if you can like this video for a bit of extra luck, we're going to Catterick on Wednesday, and it's not the best of cards if I'm being honest. It's normally I was expecting quite large fields, and basically it was whoever bagged the near side rail had a cracking chance of finishing placed. Well, that's still the case to a degree. Unfortunately, the fields aren't great, and there's two races where we could get caught out, but I'm still putting the bet on no matter what. There are 8 runners, and they aren't paying extra places. So if there's a non-runner, which they probably will be, it only makes it first 2 places. But I'm going to have the bet anyway. So what I've gone for is a £10 stake day. I've had a 15 pence each way lucky 15 where I've taken all the prices. I've had a 15 pence each way lucky 15 where I've left the prices, and a 50 pence each way accumulator where I believe I've left the prices. But that bit doesn't really matter too much. But basically, it's a £10 stake day. So here are the selections. So the first selection is Point of Honour at 11 to 1 in the 252 at Catterick, paying 4 places instead of 3. I'm expecting the ground to be a lot slower than good to soft. And how many times have I said that in the past and it's not happened? But there's been plenty of rain forecast at Catterick. It seems like there's been a lot arrive at Catterick, and there's going to be the odd shower tomorrow, and it will be the odd shower. But I think it's going to be soft ground at Catterick tomorrow, and that's what the selections are based on. So Point of Honour, it can handle good to soft and soft ground. For me, the ground is absolutely fine for this horse. And it's also ran, interestingly, in this race twice before. It's a poor race. It's a poor horse. And it's not going to take a great horse to win this. Well, it's come placed in this race before. I believe it's come 5th of 12 before. Could be wrong with that stat. This jockey, I think it name's something like, it's Pippa. I did know this. I did know the jockey. It doesn't make any difference with the jockey either. She's very familiar with the horse, and I think it's got a good chance of coming placed. It's running for Craig Lidster now. I think it was Tony Carroll before. And I think it's got a decent chance, as well as many in this race. And I think 11 to 1, it's a decent price. The second selection is Emirates Angel at 17 to 2 in the 322 at Catterick. This horse is bred to want soft ground. Alice Haynes trains this horse, and she's done very well with her 2-year-olds. Find it very interesting that she's sending it to Catterick. There's 1 or 2 that's had a run. There's no fantastic horses in this race, but I think the fact that it's bred for soft ground, I think it stands out from the rest, or stands out from most of the others. Bearing in mind, we haven't got a clue how good this horse is. It could be no good whatsoever. As I'm doing this video, it's currently 9 to 1. It's only drifted half a point, but I do like the look of this horse. She did actually have a winner at Yarmouth. I think it was called State something. and that was unraced and one was bred to one soft ground. So it was one I was keeping an eye on. I didn't give it out as a selection that day, but I did want to keep an eye on it, and it did win comfortably that day. The third selection is Catch Cunningham at 12 to 1 in the 352 at Catterick. This is one of the very few horses in this race that likes to lead. Don't get me wrong, it's bang out of form, but I think if they send it straight to the front, it could bag the near side rail if that's where they go. And then after that, to be fair, you don't really have to handle soft ground, because half the time I don't believe it's anywhere even close to being soft on this near side rail. That's why it's so favoured. However, the horse is bang out of form, but it doesn't really matter too much because so was first grade on Tuesday, and that still ran a cracker. So that's the third selection. You have got Musica that could make the running, but it's drawn 2, and I think middle to high could be preference, especially if they are heading towards this near side. And the final selection is High Opinion at 4 to 1. Yeah, a bit of a stingy price in the 457 at Catterick, paying 4 places instead of 3. This one does like to lead, or at least force the pace. Help force the pace. Joe Fanning's on board, and very clued up jockey when it comes to tactics. And I think if they are coming to this near side, he'll be straight out and hopefully bag this near side rail. And that's what a lot of it's all about, bagging this near side rail if it's soft ground. They may come across if it's good to soft, but you may find that they stay centre to maybe the near side if it's good to soft. But we'll see. We don't know. Those are the bet. Even if they come placed, it's going to be a nice bet if they all come placed. So, so the very best of luck. Once again, if you give this video a like, a subscribe, a comment, even a share on Twitter if you've got a Twitter account. How's that? I'd appreciate that. Share it on Twitter. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.